Hello guys. I wasn't going to post today. Just had one of them days. Just come on me now. But I thought, no, Janine, post. So there'll probably be a lot of AMs today. There's always a lot of AMs when my anxiety's rearing its head. I'm going to have one of these. It's a strawberry daiquiri mocktail. It's Friday. Why not? Those that know me know I don't drink. Well, I do drink fluids, but not alcohol. So, this is lovely, this. Aldi it's from, but as in true Aldi form, you don't often have everything in, or do they get stuff in, and then it's flavour of the month, and then they don't get it in. So, cheers. Here's to a nice Friday evening. So, I just hit the spot. Yeah, I went in for coconut oil. Just have a little quick chat and then we'll crack on with what we're supposed to do. I went in for coconut oil on the weekend. And I'd been into Sainsbury's and I'd seen it there, but it's a little bit more expensive. So I thought Sainsbury's and Aldi next door to each other. I thought I'll go in Aldi and I'll get it. Anyway, true to form, goes to Aldi. Asked one of the gentlemen because I can't find it. You got any coconut oil in? No, sorry. It's like, that's what they do. They have fads, don't they, where everything's like, in my opinion, everything's in the moment, and then all of a sudden they stop getting it, which is quite annoying. So I trundled back to Sainsbury's and got it there. That was when I was making me homemade chocolate. If you've not seen that, watch it. Right, so I've made pastry from scratch. I did film it, but I did me classic where I think I pressed the pause button, I haven't, so you hear me trundling around the kitchen. And as much as I'd like to think that you'd like to hear me breathing in the background for 2 minutes, it might be a bit dull. So I haven't done the filming. I'll tell you, I've used 250 grams of plain flour sifted, 125 grams of unsalted butter, a pinch of salt, and I added some water. I made it in the food processor, let it rest in the fridge, wrapped in plastic I did mine for about 40 minutes, it says 10 minutes, and then I rolled it out. It's in the oven. How's it going to turn out? I do not know, but I'm having a go, and what I'm going to make is a quiche. The recipes for a crustless quiche, but I'm going to do my own quiche, and it's probably not got any of the ingredients that's in the recipe. But if you know me, and I'm using what I've got left in the fridge, which I think is a really good way to use up all your food. So I'm waiting for me pastries to take in the oven. It could go terribly wrong. If it does, we'll be having the crustless quiche. So I'll be back in a minute. All right, guys. So what am I going to use? I've got some mushrooms left over from when I made a chicken pie in the week, but I didn't make my own pastry and I didn't film it. It was sort of spare of the moment, but I'll make another one. If my pastry turns out, I'll make another one and I'll film it, and it was delicious. So I've got some mushrooms left from my chicken and mushroom pie. I bought a whole chicken on Sunday, cooked it, stripped it. It had the stuffing in as well. That was from Sainsbury's on the Nectar card. I think it was over £1 off. I stripped it off. That's what I do. Buy a whole chicken, stripped it off, and put it in the fridge, and it keeps for a week. And then I also drain the juices off and I keep them as well. They keep for a week. For me, you just check and have a sniff. If it's off, you'll know it. But don't go by my sell-by dates. These are just mine for Janine, for my constitution and for my consumption. So that's the chicken. I've got some cottage cheese that I add in, crusty kale, which you know I love, they're good for you, some ricotta cheese and some spring onions. And what I'm going to do it with is, just get that, I had that on the oven, that won't do it on that, won't it? What I'm going to do it with is bear with me, I'll get it and show you. Some green lentils, and with some tomato and make like my own beansy thing, but I'll do that on a separate video because this will be too long otherwise. So, so you feel better already now I've come on. It's always good to talk, isn't it? Yeah, so bear with me. I'm going to check me pie crust, me pastry, me tip, or whatever it's called. You know what I'm like, guys. So this is the bowl I'm going to use. And I'm just going to do ad hoc measurements. Anyone that knows me knows that don't really measure out unless I have to. I've had to for the pastry because they say that's a science. Let's see if it works out. But for me, quiche, I'm just going to play it by eye. That's what I'm going to do. Or do it by eye or play it by ear. Okay? I forgot to say I'm going to use some eggs as well. So just check me. Oh, excuse me, guys. Just check. Gosh, where's my drinky poos? Over there. Just check me pastry case. Looks good, made up. So I'm just doing this dish, the quiche filling. So I've used 4 eggs, 4 medium eggs, 3 spoons of this cottage cheese, and one of them of the kale. For those that don't know, this is dead nice. You can get it in Asda as well. No, this is Aldi's. It's called Cavolo Nero Kale, and it's really nice. So I'm going to use that. So now I'm going to slice me, these are them massive spring onions there from Aldi as well, and slice me mushrooms and add some salt and mix it up. My pastry's still in the oven. It's not done, but I did this little tester bit. Look. Okay. So, next time I make that, all I did really was the ingredients, as I said, 250 grams plain flour sifted, 125 grams of unsalted butter. You could use salted if you wanted. It doesn't matter. I just like to sort of not use as much salt, if you get me. And then a pinch of salt. Does anyone, when the, you know these, the grinders, I always do it and tip it upside down and forget I've got the lid on and I'm grinding it and nothing's coming out and I'm wondering why, and it's because I've got the lid on. So if you use one of them, remember to take the lid off, don't do it, Janine. So, and then I just did that in the food processor. The butter's got to be cold and you slice it into chunks, and then I just did it and whizzed it round. And then it says add 3 tablespoons of water. Well, I added more. I think I added about 6 or 7. But I did it by eye. Just trust yourself, trust your judgment. What's the worst thing that can happen? It doesn't work out. Do you know what I mean? Well, that's okay, isn't it? Life's not about getting it right every time, is it? You know, it's just have a go. Now, I thought it looks a bit anemic, to be fair, and maybe that's because I haven't got salt in the butter. I don't know, but it tastes really nice. I made up with that. I didn't think for 1 minute I could make short crust pastry, and look, it turned out. So I just blended it, pulsed it in the food processor, and then added the water, you know, through the top bit, like there's a hole at the top, isn't there? And just trusted my own judgments. And then when I got it out and I put it in the fridge and then I was rolling it out, it was cracking a bit, and I thought, this isn't going to work. But you know what? Just patched it up a bit, put it together. I thought, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm not cooking for the Ritz, am I? I'm cooking for me. You know, maybe my friends and my family. That's fine, isn't it? So have a go, but bear with, I've gone on a tangent as usual. So I've mixed it up a tiny bit. I'll turn the camera, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to shred the chicken and cut me spring onions up. So there you go. Look at this. Cece's on an urgent now because there's food. Cece! 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 She's playing with the bowl. Cute, isn't she? Right, enough of that. Back to the food. So all I've added to that is 2 spring onions, the rest of them mushrooms, 4 eggs, 3 spoons of cottage cheese, and then that's it. I've put a little bit of salt in it, but not loads. I always think you can add more salt, you can't take it away. So, and then this is the chicken that I made on Sunday. So out of that chicken, whole chicken, I've had a chicken batch, and then I made a chicken pie, and it was chocolate block with chicken, I'm telling you. And that would serve 6 portions, and then I've still got that left, and the stuffing. So it is really worth buying it if you can just buy a whole chicken and the stuff you can do with it. So that's what I put in so far. Now the ricotta, which is there, I don't know whether I'm going to put that on top and brown it off, but I'm still having a little think about that, so bear with me. Oh yeah, hold on, let me show you my pie. Get onto that. Right, what I will say is, it said cook it for 10 minutes on gas mark 4. Take your, you know, you have to weight it down, and normally you'd have beads, don't you? Not beads, oh God, what are they called? Cooking, baking, oh, bacon balls or seeds or anything. Anyway, I don't use that. What I use is, I use some greaseproof paper, and I keep the rice, that's brown rice that I've had, and I just put the brown rice in, and then when I've cooked my pastry, I just put it back in there so I can use it again and again. So that's my greaseproof paper and brown rice. So you just brown rice like that, use it once but keep it, and then you can use it again and again and again. I think they're called bacon seeds balls, or do you know what I mean, them round balls that you bake with, don't you? I know exactly what I mean. Anyway, so it said cook it for 15 minutes on gas mark 4, and then 5 minutes on, take the weight out, this weight out, and then cook it for 5 minutes. Well, no, it didn't work, it wasn't cooked, and I knew that because when I made the pie in the week, even though I didn't make my own pastry, I used Aldi's ready-made, I followed them instructions and it didn't work. So I knew this time, and I thought, just trust your judgment, just trust your own judgment. So what I done was, I left the rice in for another 5 minutes, took the rice out, and then just put it back on the oven. On the top shelf, I had it. So I had my tray, you know, the shelf on the top, not the very, very top, but the next one down, not the middle. And then just kept opening it and taking it out and patting it, and use your own initiative. You do get guides, don't you, from, like, it'll say cook it for 20 minutes, gas mark 5, but look at it, and if it doesn't look right to you, then keep going. You're the one that's going to be eating it. You know your own mind now. If you look at this now, it's cooked, it's ready. Well, see, and see the way it's gone brown. I mean, it's gone a bit off the edges, but you know what? Don't care. I made that. So, just trust your own judgment. Okay, so let's crack on. Bear with me. So, there's the mixture. Now, I've added that. I told you what I used, didn't I? If there hadn't been enough, I could have added a bit more. So, you know, nothing's ever where you think, there's nothing you can't change when you're cooking or you're baking or stuff like that. Yeah, stuff is an exact science sometimes, but, you know, if you're baking a cake and it doesn't rise, it's not the end of the world, is it? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the chicken and the stuffing on top. Bear with me. Just 1 second. So there it is. Is it your traditional quiche? Probably not. It's Janine's quiche, but it'll taste lovely. Now, I'm not going to lie, guys. Bear with me. I've never, well, if I have, I don't remember. But I've never cooked with ricotta before. The reason I got it is because it's lowest in fat. So sometimes in life you have to give a compromise, don't you? I've put a load of butter in that pastry. Now, I'll eat any for me, you know that I will, but everything in moderation. This quiche will last me ages. So I'm gonna, I think, just put a little couple of blobs on top of the ricotta and see how that goes and see how we get on. I'm gonna put this in the oven on a gas mark 4, just so it cooks through. I don't know whether that's the right heat. It could be in there an hour. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. So this is my first time doing this. As I say, you'll always see me, won't you? Doing it, having a go. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it always tastes nice, doesn't it, when we try it? So bear with me. So there it is, done. I'm going to put it in the oven now. Now, that's what I was saying. That's all stuff I've got left in the fridge. It's surprising what you can put together in a meal, isn't it? So I'm going to pop that in the oven now. I think, yeah, I'm going to leave it on a smoke 4 and just play it by ear, see how we go. So that's in the oven now, guys. Cooking. And once it's cooked, I'll do a taste test. I'm going to do the beans, no, it was the lentils and the tomato sauce, but I'm going to do that as a separate video, even though I'm going to serve them together, because this is 15 minutes now and it can be sometimes too long, can't it? So that's my plan anyway, but I'm going to have a little rest now before I wash up, sit down for a bit and have a little drink of me mocktail and I'll speak to you later. Alright, ta-ra. Hello, so the quiche is cooked. I started it on number 4, gas mark 4, for about 40 minutes and then realised I should higher it up because it was too low. So I put it to 6 for another half an hour and then I put it to 7 while I went in and got in my pyjamas and brushed my teeth. So here it is. Now, to some others it might look a bit overdone, but to me that's just perfect. I'm in the middle of eating my tea, so it's quite late now. I'm starving hungry, so there you go. But I'm really proud of myself. I made that pastry from scratch and it's absolutely delicious. The whole dish is delicious, especially the crispy bits on the top. You know, that's all from stuff out of my fridge that I had going spare, that, you know, I might have looked and thought I haven't got a meal, but I did. So it's about thinking outside the box, isn't it? So yeah, it's lovely, guys. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So have a little go at it. The pastry, I'm just astounded that it worked out, you know. Just, I think sometimes when you, as I said to you before, when I was rolling it and I thought, oh, it's not going to work, just believe in yourself and think, what's the worst that can happen? That it doesn't work. But I've had a go, and then, you know, if we don't try, then we never succeed, do we? So yeah, I'm made up. So I've got my little mocktail. I've nearly finished that now, so that'll do me for tonight. And then I'm going to go back onto my water. I like my water, it's good for me. So I will bid you good night and I'll put this video up. Please have a go with that. It's just such a lovely, wholesome meal full of goodness. And it'll do you good to have a go, and have a go at the pastry and see, you know, just have a go on the beans, all of it, or just watch the video. Do you know what I mean? But thank you as always for watching and listening. And I'll speak to you soon. And as I always say, be kind to yourself and love yourself. Mwah. Bye bye, guys. Bye bye.